you need to have boundaries as a human being.
Yes.
And people need to know you that once I cross this boundary,
That's so.
there's no coming back.
Right.
Boundaries are very important. If you don't have boundaries, then it's all on you.
There should be consequences when somebody crosses your boundary.
Yeah, consequences.
Because if there is no consequence, then you don't have a boundary.
They will cross in. They will
keep
play football
crossing.
there.
That means you don't have a boundary.
They will even come back and slap you.
Okay,
and go back.
you.
Welcome, guys. This is the Convo Podcast movie review brought to you by Faith Africa Studio. And I have with me here today, Segun. Segun, how are you doing today?
I'm great to be here. Great to be here.
And with me, I have my amazing Amaka. How are you today, Amaka?
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, so we're bringing to you the movie, The Art Budget. Art Budget, a YouTube movie. Very nice. So, Segun, just give us your overview about this movie.
Amazing movie.
Yeah.
I think we always review amazing movies here. So
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of things to learn in this movie. A lot of serious things to learn. So I'm looking forward to the review.
Yeah, that's great. Male's perspective. Amaka, how do you see this movie?
The movie is actually a very interesting movie.
Yeah.
And the fact that Osas acted as a tomboy, oh my goodness. She actually killed that role.
Yeah,
You guys need to watch
and
that
she
movie.
tried, yeah.
You guys need to watch that movie.
Definitely.
I think that's the first time I'm seeing Osas in that kind of character. And
Yeah.
she killed, she nailed
She
it.
did it very well.
Yeah, so let's go right into it. I think we should just speak about the entrance, like the first scene of the movie where Bisola, who is Osas, and her boyfriend Chris, she just came back from work and is speaking to her. Then they come up with the idea of let's break up on the basis of how you are looking. I think I would like to get your view on that. You have been with somebody for 2 years. You have spent 2 years, as she spoke about it, there was love, there was romance, there was play in the upper room. Personal friction, or how do you call that?
Pleasurable friction.
Pleasurable friction was there for 2 years. Then all of a sudden, because of how she looked, you don't want to be
But
with her
the
anymore.
thing there is, when he met her, was she not like that?
She definitely was.
So why is it that all of a sudden how she looks is now an issue?
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't even be, because before you approached her, you saw this is how she is. She's a tomboy. Like,
This is
crazy
who this
character.
person is. Yeah.
this is who she is. You saw her, you liked her, you approached her, you guys started having a thing. And all of a sudden, when you are now well to do,
Yeah.
you now decide that this person is not good enough for the kind of caliber of people I want to I want to be with.
settle down.
I want to settle down with.
Yeah.
Of which is actually not a good thing, because you can see how it broke her.
Yeah.
Please, you guys should stop doing that. Stop it.
Yeah.
No, you have a point. Yeah, you definitely have a point. But let's hear Segun's perspective, because I have something else I would like to ask in regards to that.
Okay, so for me, I think definitely you saw her the way she was.
Exactly.
But it's in two parts. First of all, you can look at it in the sense of the guy was a manipulator. He was someone that he uses people towards getting what he wants. And he saw that irrespective of, she's not appealing to me, but I can give her what she wants in terms of emotional connection.
Yeah.
I can give her what she wants in the other room
Yeah.
till I get what I want.
Yeah.
And we see this, it happens a lot in relationships where you don't even know. And that's why I tell people that any relationship that you get into where the other party is not really invested in you, they're invested in what they can get from you, that relationship will ultimately lead to destruction.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ultimately will lead to destruction. So I feel that's one of the kind of situations where he didn't love her. He loved her because he wanted to get a job. He loved her because he wanted money.
Yeah.
And when he got those things, that was the purpose. So there's no motivation to proceed further. And I think also in our own aspect of things, looking at it also to balance it out, she did not have self-awareness. Yeah, but also some people can look at it that's just her style.
Yeah, that's who she is.
That's who she is. So it varies differently.
Yeah.
But in another situation, you can look at it that maybe she does lack self-awareness in terms of, you should make amends.
Yeah.
I know we're going to discuss further, but you should make amends in this. You didn't make amends, and you're expecting someone to love you
the way you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without making changes.
Yeah.
And also, you know, you can look at it that that's her style, and the guy should have done. So I think there are many things to discuss in that.
Before you finish, I want to ask a question. Was there like any points where the guy actually discussed with this girl that I don't like the way you look, and she didn't put in any effort?
No, there was none.
So that's the thing. He didn't even give her the chance to even put in the effort.
You shouldn't even be in a relationship with someone like that if you don't feel attracted to them based on their dressing. Everybody has their own in quote spec.
You know, this is one place I want to bring it from, and it goes back to the question I said I was going to ask, which was, sometimes when you get into something newly, you feel like, oh, I like this thing so much. I want to be all my life in this thing. Then all of a sudden, you start growing, like change of perspective starts to occur. Is it because you have made that commitment to want to be there? And you know, like, I've outgrown this thing. I don't want to be here anymore. Should you still stick to it because you have made the first decision of coming into it?
You know, it depends. It depends on what you have grown to now see.
No, because in the context of this one now, he came home and it was like, because I think before he went to the work, there was going to be a promotion. Because when he came in, she asked, did you get the job? He was like, I got the job. And she was very happy. And then he's like, now I've gotten the job. And I feel like the next thing for me now is to settle down. But because of the kind of person that you are, I don't think I want to settle down with.
Yeah.
Kind of manipulative, because you saw this person. 2 years you have been together. Then all of a sudden, when you want to settle down, you feel like you cannot settle down with them.
I actually believe if they are taking time to talk about this and with reasons why she shouldn't be the way she is, I believe she would have put in more efforts, because at the end, I shouldn't be saying this, but at the end, you can see that she actually changed. So if he had put in the effort to talk to her about it, that, okay, I don't like this thing. I think at this point in my life, this is not how I want you to be. I want you to change. And if he had given her the chance and she did not, then okay, you will not say, I've tried to change you, but you did not change. So I want to go. But he didn't even put in this effort. He didn't do all these things. And suddenly he just came out of nowhere and say, you want to break up.
Yeah, that's very, very weird. Check, do you have a final?
Yeah, I think it still boils down to manipulation.
Yes.
If that's the way you look at it. Because he's not concerned about her like herself.
Exactly, just himself.
But if he was concerned, he would have raised up an issue that, why don't you change it? Why don't you change that by yourself? So he wasn't concerned about that. All that he was concerned about was what he was going to get. And when he felt, I've gotten all I want from this lady, let me let her go. And I think it happens, we're looking at it in terms of dressing. But to make it relatable in our society today, some people are in relationship because of money.
Yes.
Some people are in relationship because of, let me just have fun. And that's why you must be very careful, as we say on this podcast many times, you must be very careful about, why is this person with you?
What's their basis?
What is the basis? What's the purpose? That's why we even said the one time when we had a topic around marriage or relationship, like, why are you in this relationship? Tell me, why are you with me? If you tell me I am with you because you make me grow, you make me that's a good thing. But reality is, the day you feel I don't make you grow,
there's basis to leave the relationship.
So the purpose of a thing will tell us how long that is going to last. So the reason why he was with her, because he was not in a good financial situation and she was helping him there and there. She sold her car and like, so like, I don't really like her, but you know, guys also are like, so if I can sleep with her, she's still a woman.
She's still a woman.
Enjoy myself also. But you see that when he left because he has seen another person like that he feels is better. So that's
he went on and got into another relationship. I think he had a nice life after. But let's move down to another character, which is Brad. I see this person as, he's a very nice guy. He's sweet. Even as a man, watching that character, personally for me, I just feel attracted to this person. Like, he's soft, but there is some aspects to him that I feel like I would like us to talk about, which I asked Ameka before we started this thing. Is it like possible? Is it possible for you to not have erection because of psychological issues?
I believe it's actually possible. Have I seen it before? No. Why do I believe that? I feel like our psychology or whatever goes on in our mind actually dictates or reflects on whatever
What
we are
shows up in the
doing.
body, yeah.
Whatever we are doing.
Yeah.
So I believe it's possible for him to have erectile dysfunction because of the way he thinks or what is in his mind.
Shegun, as a man now, you give us the male perspective.
I think every erection is psychological. That's reality, because as a man, and guys also agree, it's not every girl you have erection for, if at all.
Yeah.
So there are some ladies. So erection is definitely psychological. Even erectile dysfunction, as a medical term, occurs when I know there are different reasons why it can occur.
Yeah.
But I think as people usually say this, the first and the most important sexual organ is the mind. It's not necessarily your.
That's what instigates.
It's the mind. If you are not stimulated in the mind, nothing occurs. That's why I see people tell you more. When people talk about sexual therapies that talk about or sex therapy that talk about for you to first stimulate our mind. It doesn't really make sense. Everybody has to be stimulated here first, because this is the most important. So what am I saying is it's up here.
Yeah.
So it could be that what I see in that guy's situation was he has not yet seen the type of lady
that he wants,
that will stimulate
his mind.
That's the way I can. Because, for example, everybody has their own in quote spec again.
Yeah.
In terms of not every lady. There are ladies you can be with and like. I know guys sometimes the thing has his mind of his own sometimes, but the reality is it's not every lady.
But that's very weird, because according to Brad in the movie, he spoke so much about I've met curvy girls, I've met slim girls, I've been with fat girls, I've been with, just name the kind of girls, when he was speaking to Bisola about his erectile dysfunction and all stuff. Well, why should he be a tomboy? If the curvy girl cannot make you stand up, why should he be a curvy girl?
I think it's just the personality. Probably he fell in love or he got attracted to her personality, how she is. So it's actually beyond addressing or how she acts.
No, they met as their instance was almost like love at first sight.
I think it's based on how she appears. For guys, the reality is dress has a very high impact in terms of in the respect of appearance, or how would I put it now, appearance or enticement. You understand? In the sense of you can see a normal lady that wears a particular kind of clothes and you'll be like, I don't even say that. But you might see the lady wear another kind of clothes and she might be appealing to you.
Oh.
So he has seen ladies, curvy ladies, but it doesn't really move him. Because but he saw a lady that looked, what they call it, in tomboy. I don't know. So it's just about its own spec. I don't think it's deeper. I don't think anybody should be reasoning that you can use, I know we're going there, you cannot use the direction of your erection to choose,
determine who your partner is going to be here.
Exactly. So some popular say is if you allow your erection to lead you lead to destruction. So
let's leave Brad for a while. We'll come back there. Let's speak about Brad's mother. Yeah, like the movie gave us a character who was so concerned about her own self. Please just walk us through about what you think about Brad's mother.
She's self-centered.
Yeah, definitely.
100% self-centered. In the sense that everything she was saying, anytime she has something to say, it's always me.
Yeah.
I want a grandchild. I want you to get married and give me a grandchild. You're not even asking, how will this guy get the wife that is going to use to
give me a grandchild?
You want to just bring me a wife. I need a grandchild. Of which that's too much about self. Like just me, myself, and
even in a statement you can see it. It's me. Just give it to me. That's what I want. There's not even you.
There's no you. She's not. At the point she was even telling her child, "I'm not even concerned about your well-being,
modus operandi,
whatever it is you are doing. Yeah. I'm not even concerned about it. My own is just get me a grandchild."
Yeah. So Shegun, how does that kind of mentality affect people in, like, now we're talking about society and daily lives? How does that kind of mentality affect people in their daily lives?
This is a very, very tricky topic, because I have one controversial view on it. What we call, I think one of the people used to say one of the most purest kind of love is the motherly love.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that there's a part of motherly love that has to do with selfishness.
Mm.
You have to understand that. For example,
Okay.
your mom showers love, mom showers love on them, irrespective. But when you truly view this love that she showers on you, a part of it is she's selfish. It's just that the part of it is that she's selfish. It's just that you are being a primary beneficiary of her selfishness.
Business, yeah.
You get? So,
Okay.
but in this case, it's just that now the woman was selfish and detached from her son. She didn't care about what her son wanted.
Mm.
And a popular phrase that she mentioned, a popular statement she mentioned that really shocked me was she said, the guy said, you don't even like this lady. She said, I don't care.
Yeah, I can love her in this minute.
In this minute.
Yeah.
So
just to get what I want.
And don't be, let us not be deceived. There are people that have this mindset. So people are so self-centered that they don't care about what happens to the other person. It's all about them. That's why sometimes when I hear, let me quickly digress a bit from mother to relationship, because I believe relationship is where it's all together, mother relationship and everything. In sense of, you hear some people say, a girl can tell you, I want him to worship me, to worship the ground that I walk on. Amaka, if I'm wrong, you hear some ladies say that's the kind of guy they want, the guy that can work. This is a relationship. It's give and take. We've said it many times. Any relationship in quote where the focus is only on one person, it's not a relationship, it's becoming worship. And I feel a lot of people want to be worshipped. They don't want to actually get into a relationship. They want to be worshipped. People don't care. People take decisions, not thinking about the other person in the relationship. It's all about them. That is the highest level of selfishness and wickedness. And for a mother to say that, she doesn't care even if the guy marries someone that frustrates him for the rest of his life. So far, she sees her own grandchildren and she goes for a wedding. I feel we need to call it out.
We need to call it out. I think we can tag what she did there as wickedness, because sometimes people or mothers do these things in a subtle manner.
Yeah,
like that's still being wicked also.
And you know the guy also, it's just like it's a movie, so it's just like a little period of time that we're able to view. But if you look at it in a larger sense of our life, that guy had benefited a lot from his mother's selfishness.
Yes.
Maybe when the father was alive, because we don't know if the father was.
They didn't give us a character of father.
Maybe she took some selfish decisions against the father that benefited the son. So that's a motherly love. Sometimes when you understand it, you appreciate it because we all love our mothers, but you have to understand that a bit of it is selfishness.
Yeah.
But it's just this case that at a point, what she wanted was a grandchild and she didn't care.
Yeah, she didn't care. Yeah, definitely. But she, out of her non-caring attitude, I found something beautiful, like chaos, which I feel like is something we should speak about. She triggered something. You now, Brad, you have to like meet with, what's her name? Nicole. That's another character you guys don't know about, Nicole. So if you want to know about Nicole, you watch the movie or you listen to the end. So you are going to meet with Nicole for a 3-month period, and you have this dating period and see if something works out. But she's of the opinion like something must work out. So she triggered something and it caused chaos. But in the end, according to the movie, this chaos built out or sprung out something beautiful. How important is chaos in the society if we're looking at it from this context of what happened there?
How important chaos is?
Yeah. Or just give us the pros and cons of chaos. Yeah.
From this perspective, it's actually very good. The chaos in this movie is actually a very good chaos. In the sense that, as you said, it was able to bring out he pushed beautiful.
Brad outside to
because I believe, if not because the mother like asked Brad to be with Nicole for a certain period of time, there's no way he would have even seen the girl where he fell in love with.
The cousin to so Shegun, how?
I think it's basic physics in the sense of there's a second law, first law of Newton or Newton's law of motion. Is it Newton that has motion? So people that know physics, you know what I'm trying to say. In the sense of this, that law says an object to continue to be in its resting place until an external force is applied.
Yes.
So I feel the mother was the external force. Whether you agree with the way she went about it or not, she shall force him. And that's what you see people like of Jordan Peterson will say, that sometimes chaos can lead to beauty. And I think
that's what happened in this really movie. Yeah. So let's go now to a character that I like the character because the movie portrayed her as a girl of class, which is Nicole. Yeah, like she was one person that the family, a whole family was looking at the example of who a lady should be like. Yeah. And other guys are like looking up to this person. She's the CEO of a company. She employed, what's her name? Bisola's ex-boyfriend. And she has a fruitful organization. Walk us through, just give us an overview of what you think about Nicole as a character here.
She actually was a beautiful character in the sense that I think there was a point where after Bisola like broke up with her boyfriend, her boyfriend then, which there is now like her ex since she already met somebody else, and she met with Nicole and told Nicole to sack the guy because, as you can see, we are no longer having anything together.
And I brought him to this work.
Brought him. He shouldn't be raping from where he did not so since I brought him in. And she told her rather, no. Because aside the fact that you brought him in, he's also useful. He has proved himself worthy to be here. He has done a whole lot of things. He is good at what he does.
Yeah.
So because of that, I'm not going to let him go. Of which you can see she's a good person. Some other person will be like, this is family, we are family. You did my cousin dirty. Please get the
fuck out of this place.
So you can see that she's actually a beautiful character and a good person.
It depends on how
alongside.
You look at it, really.
I think you have a contrary opinion.
Yeah, if I was to be the one, I would let the person go.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I think for me, I see it as a selfish decision. Someone cannot bring you. The reason why I give you a chance. Imagine you bring somebody to me that, okay, bro, this person is my girl. Give her a job. And then the person now played you dirty after getting the job.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how talented that person is. That person has exhibited something, in my own view, that the person doesn't care and the person is of an dishonest character.
Dubious character. Yeah.
So me letting that person stay, I'm running risk because people are made up of patterns. People are made up of habits. Someone that dupe my own person, my own cousin, we definitely, because I have one saying, might be very controversial, but I believe if you are dishonest in one aspect of your life, I can take it that you are dishonest in every aspect of your life. Yeah. So because if it's that you guys had an argument and you guys broke up mutually, understandable. Case. But the fact that you use that as a ladder to get to where you want to go to, I should know if tomorrow you do that to me as the boss of the company, maybe use my company's name to collect business outside, or you dupe my company or embezzle money, I shouldn't be surprised that you have done that to me. I will discard you as soon as possible. But,
so that means now the way you just put it now just brought me to another realization. Like that means Nicole has been judgmental towards her cousin, Bisola. Because given the way Shegun just put it now, if I truly cared about it and I see this character in this person, what he has done to somebody that is very close to me, so definitely you can do that to me.
To me, so I don't. Yes.
So if you did not judge, what's her name, Bisola, she definitely would have. But on another side, I think she's being professional because she said in her words, like, your personal issue with this guy has nothing to do with his professional life. He is very good at his job.
Yeah, so I think it depends on how people look at it. But this idea I'm giving, my statement is trying to predict human character.
Yes.
To say this guy can do this. But if you want to leave it when it actually does it, good and fine. But such a person, that kind of person uses people as ladders. There are two ways you see people in this life. You can see, first of all, you see people as like a connecting tube. You understand? Like we hold hands together, we're connecting. I give you, you give me. That kind of relationship. And that way you see people as a means to an end.
Yes.
And such a kind of person sees people generally just like that. You understand? So you still one day an opportunity to come with that company where you will see the company as a means to an end. And don't be surprised. So
you would do it.
For me, I will discuss.
So let's advance on Nicole now.
Okay.
I think Nicole, she was a childhood friend of Brad, and Brad's mom now is pushing Brad to strike something out. If you know now that you cannot go out to get a lady for yourself, I think I will do that for you. And I see a very good girl here in Nicole, and you are also a good guy.
very
So you
good
guys
guy.
should try and work something out. But she did something. You know, remember we called her a classy girl. A classy girl are the people like we should use. They are of high standards. They, to some extent, we say they know who they are. Sometimes it can be a facade, but coming into a relationship with Brad in the 3 months, it was more like she pushed herself like she has always wanted it. Why do you think she would have done that?
I feel like from the fact that they've been childhood friends, and for the fact that mom said this and she was willing to try it,
Yeah.
I think she liked the guy.
Clear.
Or she was in love with the guy. Probably he probably was a childhood crush. So when the mom just said that, this is just like
it's a ground for me.
It's a ground for me to just step on.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, the way she reacted after everything that happened. So you would see clearly that she was in love with the guy.
Yeah, sure. Shegun, what do you say about that?
Yeah, I think it's clear. Amaka said it all in terms of she liked the guy. And I think for me, what I am always very, very careful of is what makes an high-class lady.
Okay.
What
are the
criteria? Yeah, I know she's doing well for herself.
Yeah, I think she's hardworking.
She's hardworking. Yeah. She's doing well for herself as a company. Yeah. She's productive.
She's attractive. She dresses well.
But she doesn't have a good character. And for me, I believe the foundation of every personality is your character, man.
It's your character. Okay.
It's your character. So she doesn't have, that's one aspect of it. But in the sense of the Brad, what's the bad guy now? You know, no matter how high class a lady is, she wants a guy that is doing at the same level or above what she is. And that guy was actually doing above the way the movie. So definitely is a guy that she liked for the fact that they were also childhood friends. And the mother also said something that, she was telling, the mother of the boy was telling Brad that, if I tell her, she will agree. So the mother already knew that this lady loves the guy. So it just is like
so let's move on to another. I think this one is going to be a very beautiful subject to speak about, and I think it's just about being judgmental. And we saw it a lot of times in that movie. And I want to use the character of Bisola, Nicole, and Brad. So Bisola is this person that has been pushed to a corner of you're a very stubborn girl. You're not dressing like a woman. You're not an example of who a woman should be like. And Nicole is giving the other wise example. This is who. So it got to a point when Bisola wants to drop idea about marketing, when she wants to drop idea about how a business should be run, when she wants to drop an idea about anything, Nicole has this part of like judging her, like, what would you know about this? What would you know about that? So it got to a point we saw like Bisola speaking to Brad, giving her a safe space where she can express herself and come out as who she is. We found out that she has even more knowledge about marketing, about sales, about how to like be socially active, how to relate with people. What's the role of being judgmental, or how effective in the negative side can being judgmental be in the society?
I feel being judgmental, what it does is it shuts the other person out.
Yeah.
Imagine if Brad was not in the picture. You would just be surprised that after a long while, Bisola would just be by herself.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
No matter what I have to say, you're not even going to give me
this light.
You're not going to give me listening ears. Yeah. So why am I stressing myself? But I think the fact that Brad was in the picture and she was able to come out of her shell, and we're able to see the type of things that she can do. So
yeah, that's it. So I think just speaking a little bit before we go back to Shegun, speaking a little bit about what you say, it's very obvious. It was accurate because it got to a point when Brad was confessing love to Bisola. She actually told him, I don't believe all of these things that you're saying to me because everybody in my life has always told me otherwise. How are you now telling me you see this in me? This is who you think I am. So I feel like you buttressed it well about sidelining these people when we are being judgmental towards them. So how do you see judgment in the society?
Yeah, judgment. I want to judge now. Okay. In the sense of the two ladies is for me as a person, the personality of the two ladies, I don't think I will be interested in any of them.
In
If
a
it was
relationship.
because
Okay.
first
Now
of
you
all,
have judged.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
excellent. I want to judge
Okay.
because the first lady, that's Bisola. I believe relationship or marriage,
Yeah.
it's the union between a man and a woman,
Mhm.
but not just that. It's the relationship between the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah.
Now, when we say masculine, people just think when you say masculine, it automatically means a man. No.
Mm.
Masculine is a personality.
Yeah.
A woman can be masculine.
Definitely.
A man can be feminine. So it's not about gender. It's just a personality. So a tomboy for me has masculine tendencies, obvious masculine tendencies. And it would be like a masculine marrying a masculine or dating a masculine.
Yeah. Chris said that to Bisola.
Yeah. So that's
be like my
for me,
my other guy.
My other guy. That's a big issue.
Mm.
That's the way I see a big issue. Then that's one for our own side. The second part is we also have the second kind of lady that I feel will also be a big issue. That's Nicole. In the sense of Nicole is masculine, but she's a masculine person wearing a feminine dress. The first one was masculine in masculine clothing.
Yeah.
The second was masculine in feminine clothing. You see the way she was talking.
Yeah.
And I keep saying this, and I just believe that people should just listen to this. The qualities or characteristics that make you successful in business, it is the inverse that makes you successful in relationship.
Yeah.
This is why we're having a lot of issues in the 21st century in terms of relationship. People feel because you are a boss babe, the way you talk to staff is the way you want to talk in your relationship. You will lose it as fast as you can say Jack Robinson. So you have to be very careful. What makes a relationship work is masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah.
Now, the masculine, as the Bible advises us, let the masculine energy be carried by the man. Let the feminine energy be carried by the woman. So in both cases, I don't feel I might be judgmental, but I'm judging now, as I said.
Yeah.
In reality, I don't think both relationship would even work. Because reality is the Bisola we're talking about has a lot of trauma she has to deal with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicole has a lot of attitude issues she needs to deal with. The way she even talks to her fellow lady,
Yeah.
her cousin.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like the word she was using,
used, yeah.
terrible. So I just feel, but
Are you dumb?
it's
Are you
movie.
daft?
Let's enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to spoil it. Enjoy the movie.
No, so this just leads us into another thing. I feel like is a very important thing to like bring out of the movie, which I say in the sense of originality.
Yeah.
You see, Bisola, though she's a tomboy, and as Segun has analyzed, masculinity is not all about being a man. It is a personality that you can possess. So she possessed the masculine energy in herself. So we can say being a tomboy is just a normal thing that anybody who wants to be a tomboy can go on to do. So she's more original. When she meets, when she meets Brad's mother, she's who she was. When she meets Brad himself, she still remains herself. With Nicole, she's still the same person. With her ex-boyfriend, she's still the same person. But I found out like with Nicole, with Bisola, Nicole is a different person. With Brad, Nicole is a different person. Now, why do I say that? When she's with Nicole, she's ash. She wants to show that I'm the boss. I'm in control.
Bisola.
Yeah, when she's with Bisola, rather. But when she gets to Brad,
she's soft.
She's, baby, what do you want to eat? Baby, stay with me. Let's dinner together. Let's do a lot of things. Like, so I feel like I just want to like bring out the question, like, just walk us through a little bit of originality. Why is it important to be original?
Okay, so being original, it should be a constant thing. It shouldn't be that you're original, but there's actually a twist to this thing.
Okay.
The fact that not everybody should have access to every personality you have.
Yeah, definitely.
But then it's okay for you to be original, but I think you still need to contain it. It shouldn't be that you are free to everybody or you are. So there are a type of to all. There are still some things you need to be reserved for some type of person. So I think with Nicole, I think that's actually what Nicole is actually doing. But we could see that the character or attitude towards Bisola is almost like the main character. Like this is who she
Who
is.
she is, yeah.
This is who she is. But then she has to still like bring in the other soft part of her.
Yeah.
But then, as I said earlier on, it's okay for us to be original, but we should keep some part of us for some certain type of people.
Okay, so Shegun, what do you see on that part? Originality.
Yeah, I think originality is not a problem. You always want to be original. What we are saying is do not be mean. Nicole was mean.
Mean. Yeah.
She's not about being original. She was mean. And you know, she used the popular, you know, there's this movie, the Mean Girls. Old movie then, Mean Girls. I think they had part 1 and part 2. She was a mean girl. In the sense of what mean girls do is when they are in front of a man that they like, for them to impose themselves that they are the person here, they try and demean any other female around.
Yes.
Trying to say you're daft. So that in case the guy is trying to
like her,
you can't like her because she's like,
you've already put her
it's
down.
The mean girl, mean girl syndrome.
True.
So she's mean. And don't follow a mean lady or a mean guy. Because guys are also, there are some guys also that when they are with ladies, that's when they demean their friends. Or that's when they begin to say things. I've experienced some of them. They begin to say things that are derogatory, so that they just put
the guy down.
So that they are the only ones that are, so you don't be mean. So it's not about originality, it's about meanness. And I think also we need to be careful. One of the things I gained when you were talking is that, you know, we underestimate character in our society today. And character is not just cooking. It's not cleaning. It's not taking me out. It's not buying me roses. It's not. Character is something that I believe the most important quality that makes for a successful relationship is character. So you see, for example, in that movie, when you saw Nicole demeaning Bisola in front of that guy, if it's someone like me, that day I know nothing will happen. We are not going to marry. even if I'm not even attracted to Bisola, I'm just attracted to Nicole. Because if this is the way people are, if you see somebody that's mean to somebody, another person, and you're in love with that person that is being mean or that is mean, the time will come where the love in their eye will disappear. And you will receive that same meanness
that they share to other person.
People.
I know that people say, okay, you might be a pessimist or I'm a realist. And I just believe that people don't necessarily change. It takes something catastrophic to make people change. And that thing catastrophic doesn't really happen every single day. So I believe people show you who they are. So you have to be very careful. Don't value character above others. Value character. No, and sometimes the best way, if you are looking for someone to date, like in this case, don't even value the way they treat you. Value the way they treat other people. Especially people that are in positions that seemingly looks as if they are lower than them. Value how they treat the gate man, how they treat the boss person, how they treat, if she's always shouting at the boss man, one day now you go become boss man for her. Or one day, him, go be, as in, he will look at you. That's the leading aspect now. He will look at you as the waiter. The way he's treating the waiter is the way you treat you. So don't reward bad behavior. Let me just
So I have one question that just came to my mind as you were speaking now, and it's going towards being a classy lady. And I saw the way Brad approached. What's her name? Sorry, I saw the way Brad approached Nicole and the way he approached Bisola. With Bisola, it's kind of like free. He even said it himself, like, when I'm with you, I don't need to be the CEO. I don't need to be the boss in my company. I can just be Brad. I can just be myself. Being a classy lady. And I don't know if you work in a professional setting. How does that affect your relationship with the other person? If you have experience of being around classy people, do they make you feel less of yourself? Like, I cannot express myself in this space.
Say something.
Okay, I think it depends on what you call classy.
Because let's not use it in the people that are doing it like a facade. Let's real classy.
I think it is classy. has different personalities.
Yes.
Classy people have different personalities. There are people that are down to earth. They are classy.
But
they are
down to
highly
earth.
successful, but they are down to earth. And one thing about you see, you cannot hide your character.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you see that when you come to this person and you feel relaxed and you're able to share, it means that person is a nice person.
Yeah.
I know the people that are deal energy, they talk about energy.
Yeah.
The moment you are able to share and you feel relaxed with somebody, the person you are sharing with is most likely a good person.
I have an objection to that.
Okay.
I understand where you're coming from. When you can come into my space and you do not feel tension, you do not feel relaxed, and you feel relaxed, but you know, these are skills that people can learn. So bad people can learn skills like that.
That I said most likely.
Yeah.
That means not in all circumstances.
Cases,
but reality is, if you are a person where you feel that people they just come to you, ask you advice, you just want to like, and they just come to can you help me this? It means the energy you are, and I don't want to sound like all these spiritualist people, but the energy you are exuding out is energy of accommodative. But if you are somebody that when somebody enters, everybody like everybody's stiff. Everybody wants to talk. It means you are not showing the right kind of energy. So that's what happened between that guy in the sense of when he's talking to her, he doesn't feel relaxed because I feel it happens to women more than men. Because men have been used to this hyper successful CEO kind of lifestyle. But women are just, and we're happy for that women are now beginning to take up the amazing positions in the office. But a woman is meant to be soft. Yeah, definitely. That's what the society might disagree with that, but that's what the society expects. Not me saying it now, that's what the society expects. So, but when you now see a lady 24/7, add on, very strong. And that's why I said the qualities that make successful in the, what they call it? In the business world. So you see, you cannot say, you are afraid of, let me not even say one English that is not correct, because she might correct me. You understand? Before you know, you're not relaxed. And when there's no that relaxation, then what are you doing?
You cannot be free.
Yeah, what are you doing in that relationship?
Yeah. So Amaka, you still want to go on us?
I think he has said everything. He actually said a lot of things.
Oh, okay.
He said a lot of things.
Yeah. So let's move on to the movie, and I think we're getting to the end part. And I feel here is where another issue now showed up. Now, Brad trying to get his relationship right with Bisola, trying to fix the issue and communicate with Nicole. I feel like coming back to the communication, there's something I learned there, and I would just like everybody to just touch on it a little bit. Sometimes when you want to communicate, there are some things you should not elongate. Don't come up with the idea of I will tell him. Yeah, because I feel like if Brad has spoken quickly to Nicole, this is what it is. I wanted to be in a relationship with you. I wanted to see if 3 months can work out. Or rather, in his own case, he did not even want to go into relationship at all with Nicole, because it's like at the end of 3 months, we'll just discard this whole thing. But along the line, he found out there was Bisola in the scenario, and Bisola could help him with the erectile dysfunction. So he started trying to work things out. Then Nicole was there feeling the thought of distraction, or is it distraction? Withdrawal. Because after he started seeing Bisola and he found like, I like this girl, he started withdrawing. So I feel like, do you think he should have communicated earlier, or what happened was just meant to happen?
It's a very fine line between I don't like to communicate to talk on these kind of issues because it might sound controversial, but
no, you just have to say it.
I feel what are you doing with the boyfriend of your cousin? Or supported boyfriend of your cousin? There need to be boundaries. Yeah. And I feel sometimes movies or romantic movies, they try to paint a picture that this is the only person for you. It's a lie. I hope you know that.
Yeah, it's a lie. It's a lie.
I see a lady. I'm attracted to the lady. And I find out that my friend is dating that lady, for example. Automatically, I shut down every affection for that lady. Not because of, I try to look at it that the attraction I have for this lady compared to the loyalty to my friend, I should not try that. But people just feel based on romantic movies, that you're feeling above all other else. So far you are feeling okay. If everybody's even dying, it doesn't concern you. That's not the way life should be. That a guy saw me and I saw him and I like him as a lady, for example, and I found out that they have an agreement of 3 months or whatever with my cousin. If the guy comes to reach you, please
go away.
Go away.
But if she have done that, the beautiful end would not have come out. So
that's not
you still come back to it. Amaka, what do you think about that part where somebody is wooing a girl? He finds out that his friends likes this girl. As a girl, do you expect him to shut it down?
Yes. That's bro code.
That's bro code.
Okay.
You don't do that.
I'm not saying bro.
I know you're not a bro.
I'm not a bro, boy.
Sisters used to have that code.
It's a bro code.
Not really.
But I think lately, people tend to overlook a lot of things.
Yeah.
Before, if this situation happened, you realize that the guy in question would actually shut down everything. He doesn't even need to go to the girl. You just knew that, nah, this is not even right. But lately now, people are now, we are now taking a lot of things. Nobody even send you anymore. I like her. You are there. It's not my business. I like her. We'll fight. We'll settle. They will go after. Of which it shouldn't even be so.
Yeah. So let me add to what Amaka said. Our culture today, there are no boundaries. I have been in a venue where I saw a lady. The lady was, this lady, nice lady and everything. Funny enough, my own is even a very kind of crazy. I saw the mother. Tough woman. Like, you know if you work. But people need to know to have boundaries. You get? And then I say, you see people approaching married women. Your feelings don't matter.
These days, nobody cares. Oh.
Let me say this clearly. Let us so you can hear, because I know you're listening to us. Your feelings don't matter. What matters is the dynamics that is already existing on the ground. If this person is in a relationship, no matter the feelings, hold your feelings when the person leave that relationship. Don't be, and people are it's very, very funny because you see a lady in a relationship as a guy. You say, I will collect her from that guy. Let's assume we are successful in collecting her from that guy.
Somebody else will collect her.
One day, they will collect that same girl from you because it's about patterns. And that's why sometimes I tell people that all this reality of a lady leaving a guy to come and marry you that we see in movies, it can only occur in movies.
I think at that point here, where the guy is saying that he's going to take the girl away from her current boyfriend. At that point here, after he has succeeded, you will notice that he does not trust the girl.
He doesn't. How will I trust you? You that I was able to collect from another man.
He's going to keep like playing everything back. Okay, she was with this guy and she was able to pick my call. We were able to vibe.
I was even able to do rubbish with her. Why she?
And before she broke up, we had some things. Type of thing.
Why, bro? I know.
So
I know
if
to trust
I'm dating you, I'm definitely there will not be trust.
See, that's why I keep saying this. But I love this show. It's an amazing show. I love that we come here and analyze movies objectively and romantically and everything. But it says that most things you see in romantic movies don't apply in reality. It's a very, very damning reality or verdict, but it's the truth. No guy in his Christ, I know some guys can accept it, but an average guy that thinks, I collected you from this guy. You were with me. We were having a nice time. A guy called you. Your boyfriend called you. You say, I'm in church or I'm somewhere. And you called you. Meanwhile, you are in my house. And you now expect me to trust that lady? It's not possible now. It's not possible. Because we are creatures of patterns.
So what we do yesterday, we can do today.
Yes, the day I now say, okay, let me even go out with the lady. The lady now call me. Hello, I'm in church. Do you think I'll believe? But people feel, like I said, most of the things we do, we don't see, we have to be very objective. Most of these things, and people do these things in real life.
Yeah, it happens.
I can collect that lady, I get money pass her. No be only you get money. Even Elon Musk, person day world, we get money pass Elon Musk. So if it's by that, someone that has more money than you will collect her.
Yeah.
So don't
that money you should. That's why the guy will keep always wanting to spend because he knows that this is what is keeping this lady. Once the spending reduces, she's gone.
She's gone. So she's just like a mercenary.
Yeah.
There's no loyalty, or the guy is someone that You see, ladies. Let me talk about guys now. Because I'm talking about other ladies. Let me talk about guys now. You see, ladies say, I want to get that guy from his girlfriend. What will I do? I'll sleep with him. I'll give him the
Best style ever.
Everything. You think it's Ali if you don't. So people, what we're trying to say is have boundaries. Have boundaries. The funny thing is, the way you feel now about somebody, give it time. You will not feel that way.
In the next 1 month, you might not even feel the same.
That's the thing. You will see another person that you feel, wow. So human feelings are very, very fickle. Don't make decisions based on your feelings. And I think that's what we are seeing in most romantic movies.
Yeah.
Making decisions
based on feelings.
And then after the feelings go, that's why they want to again.
You know, coming back to this part of making decisions out of feelings, I think every one of us are guilty of this. The first time we love, you cannot really use your sense when you love for the first time because it's too much of a strong emotion than anyone can handle.
Yeah.
Do you think we should blame it on anybody?
No,
getting their first.
No, that's just that one is being naive. At that point, we were naive.
Yeah.
Now we know better.
Yeah.
So we can
and also
control our emotions.
We are not
and still love at the
We
same
can
time.
control
we
our
are not.
emotions.
There's no. Okay, let me put it this way. There is no legit feeling you will have for a married woman. You are a terrible person. If the love, I love her, but she's married, you are a terrible person.
That's lost.
There's no legit feeling
love.
you will have for a married man. You are lying, you are deceiving yourself. Go and look for someone that is single.
Yeah.
To the extent that you need to have boundaries. You might not even know the person. But as you said, bro code or sister code.
Don't go here.
I can't go here.
Do
you think your ladies, sometimes you will say a lady, you just say that there's a ring on her hand. Oh, thank God. Peace be on you. Peace be on to you.
But with this, the last thing you said when you said sister code and all that, there was actually a time where this thing was rampant, or they were talking about it on social media, where you'll be like, a guy asked a lady out. She said no. And again, this same guy now asked the friend out, and the friend agreed. So what will you say in that situation?
First of all,
great question.
It's a great question because why am I asking my friend out, a girl out? She didn't agree, and I'm asking her friend out. I don't think attraction works that way. You understand? Why am I asking the friend out? Is it that I'm attracted to her or what? Most of this, if you dig deep,
you just want to paint the other girl,
or you just want to just ask girls out anyhow.
Yeah.
Because most times, I think one of the ways to know someone that is genuine in dating is see their track record. Check the last 4 relationships they had. Check the kind of people they had that relationship with. Are they of the same spec? I remember someone told me that all your girlfriends are always like this. That's to share you. I know what I want in terms of it might be right, it might be wrong because I'm not with them now. So maybe I have something to work on. But you can trace it that she has this person has this. But when you see somebody dating tall today, dating short tomorrow, dating fat, dating bro, that person never serious. It's confused. So some of them might just be asking, for example, now saying you have a friend and the friend has a sister. Let's assume, and you like the sister. The bro code is meant that, bro, go and meet the brother first, guy. I like your sister. Then if you're a decent guy and the guy knows say, this guy not a decent guy, bro, I know say I have to collect permission from you first. But people nowadays, this kind of I'm saying now, it sounds strange, bro. Alpha, I like your sister. If the guy say, bro, no fit, and I try to persuade him, I say no. Let it go, man.
You're throwing away love. What if you genuinely love that person?
That's what I'm saying.
And him is just out of his own insecurities.
For example, now there are guys that you know, Rash, for you as a like this, you have a sister
that will not date you.
No, definitely. There are some guys you know that if that guy come in to say, I like your sister, and you know the guy character, you will know that it's a privilege for your sister and that guy to have a relationship. Because you know this guy is a serious guy. But even that guy will be saying, he carry this one today, carry this one tomorrow. You will say, Baba, no try him with the. Even the guy will never ask you.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand? What I'm trying to say is that when you, it depends on
okay,
your
I get your
character.
point.
There's
Yeah,
a
I
moment
get
when
your
you
point.
come at me and say, bro, you tell your sister, do you like him? Because this guy is a decent guy. Like you go with the advertise. This guy say, I prefer to make this guy not just a friend, but a brother-in-law.
Yeah.
But so that's what I'm saying. In sense of, we just need to understand boundaries.
No, speaking about boundaries now, I think I just want us to like come into that space. Let's just speak about it a little bit. Now, I saw something in the movie where Nicole was saying to Brad, know your place in my house and be careful not to get your hand or get yourself in touch with things that belong to me.
Nicole talking to
Nicole talking to Brad. So now, no, Nicole talking to Bisola.
Yeah,
Thank you very
Bisola,
much. Sorry.
okay.
Nicole talking to Bisola. Be careful not to get yourself involved in things that belong to me.
Yeah.
No, and now I want to ask, like, boundaries. How should boundaries be set? Should it be set by you speaking the words out or by you showing actions? Like, I will show you that this thing is a place that you should not cross.
Normally, boundaries are things that you should have in you already. They speak to you. Like, you understand? They speak to you. It's not something that you are taught from when you are small. Sometimes it's very difficult to understand boundaries when you are already matured. You learn it when you are young. For example, there was somebody that a man of God, I know people know it, that said something that in those days, in their own days, when you are talking with your friend, okay, maybe you come to visit your friend. This might sound very archaic, but let's pick the lesson in it.
Yeah.
You come to meet your friend, maybe you are talking now. You and your wife are talking. And then your friend comes to visit. That if your wife stands up for the person, wife comes out and stand up for the person coming, that friend does not sit where the wife has left. That what happens is that the friend, the husband of the wife, will move to
where his
the
wife
seat
stood up from.
While he will sit down where his friend. Why? Because of the heat of her sitting down is still in the chair. And you know definitely heat can move things in your body.
Definitely.
Don't lie to yourself.
Yeah.
So
you can like the warmth of
sitting.
Warmth. Yeah.
So these are boundaries.
How do you believe boundaries should be set?
Okay. As he said boundaries are best learned while you're young. But I listened to, I can't remember whether last month or last month. Wow, this is the first day of the month. Happy New Month,
guys. I'm very
Happy
sorry
New
we
Month,
didn't make that up at the beginning.
So I think last month, and I was listening to something about boundary, and the person was like saying that whatever someone does to you that's made you angry, the anger you are feeling is inwardly telling you that this should be a boundary. That somebody should not cross.
That's true.
Perfecto.
So the anger you are feeling is a reaction to the fact that this is supposed to be a boundary, but you allow somebody cross it.
Yeah.
So my viewpoints as regards what he said, where he said that you learn boundaries perfectly when you're a child. I feel like you can learn boundaries at any point.
Yeah, but it's best
using this method.
Yeah. So when you see something that
angers you, just know that, okay, I don't want to feel this again. Then I should draw a line.
Draw a line. I think that requires a lot of self-awareness. Yeah. Sometimes you just get angry and you can't even pinpoint
why you're angry.
Angry. And I feel sometimes, I think I posted something on my status, still up on my status really, about boundaries. Funny enough, I didn't even talk about boundaries. In the sense of, you need to have boundaries as a human being.
Yes.
And people need to know you that once I cross this boundary,
that's so.
There's no coming back.
Should there be no coming back?
There should be no coming back. No, it depends. No,
okay,
there's some things that definitely. Sorry, there's some things that are at the boundary. They are extreme things.
Yes.
One of my own boundary is betrayal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can offend me normally. No allow. You understand? Sorry.
Yeah.
No allow. No problem. You come together but once you reach betrayal, you reach those extremes. You yourself already know that
you have to pick up the consequences.
You have to pick it up. Okay. And I said it when let me just quickly say a little bit of it. There are consequences of breaking boundaries. Let people face it. Even Bible, we said it. The consequence of saying that the sinners shall die. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Someone still has to pay that price.
Yes.
God did not say because I love these human beings, they will not pay it.
die. Yeah.
All you needed to do was say, let me put myself in their place.
Yeah.
But someone still had to what? Die.
Bye.
Boundaries are very important. If you don't have boundaries, then
It's all on you.
There should be consequences when somebody crosses your boundary.
Yeah, consequences.
Because if there is no consequence, then you don't have a boundary.
They will cross in. They will
keep
play football
crossing.
there. They will
That means you don't have a
defecate
boundary.
there. They will even come back and
Okay.
slap you.
Okay,
and go back.
you probably should. There are some boundaries, as he said, that are like extreme, like betrayal. You cannot tell somebody that you betray me once. I warn you.
You betray me, I warn you. You are joking.
I give you the benefit of
Or someone cheated on you.
You know, you cheat on me once. I warn you.
I forgive you.
This should be
But
the
you
last.
Yeah,
now.
you're getting yourself in.
In all honesty, stuff like that still go on. But let's not go.
But as I was saying,
No, stuff like that. Sorry, so stuff like that still go on.
Yeah.
That's why we are saying it now.
Yeah.
Once they don't cheat on you, discard. You don't need to. I keep saying this. People are too harsh. It's
Yeah.
the truth.
Let's not
But-
take
but-
so long on this part. So let's jump into another part where I find very interesting, and I feel like it's a character everybody should embrace. Yeah. So he goes to the Brad and his mother.
Okay.
After they found out, like, okay, we instigated Brad and Nicole to have something, and eventually it didn't work. But in the process, Nicole has started to fall in love with Brad.
And she started,
maybe
or she has
he
always
just
loved.
got an opportunity to
Express
let
it.
it,
Express it, yes.
express her love. But let's just put it like that. Now she started falling in love because I feel like Brad was a very nice guy. If anybody that comes in touch with him, like, you will feel it and you will want to hold on to people like that. So just to get back to where we are going to is, they found out, okay, we have caused odds to this person, and they went back and asked for forgiveness. How important is that? I feel like in our society now, we are seeing less of people going to ask for forgiveness from people.
I think in the last episode, if I can remember correctly or vividly, I could. I think there was a time where I said that for somebody to view is our fault and then ask for forgiveness is a very is like a good thing, a good character.
That's true.
Because most times people are blinded by their fault. They don't.
She
they
made
don't
me
see
do
it.
that. Yeah.
And
Always victim.
he can actually just say that my mom forced me.
Yeah.
You can see by yourself, mom forced me, and just shy away from the apology. But he didn't see it that way. He realized that, okay, despite the fact that my mom forced me to do this, I was also a part of it.
Yeah.
So this is wrong, and I'm sorry.
Great.
Yeah.
It's not everybody can do that.
Yeah. I think that takes a lot of self-awareness.
Yes.
Exactly.
You realize that you have hurt the other person, then probably empathy to want to try and
Exactly.
And again,
gets
you
things right
can
on the other
even
person's
see
side.
that he went the first time, she did not talk to him. You can actually just see, I tried.
Yeah.
I went. She did not. She didn't give me listening. I tried, so I'm done with this. But then he kept going until she actually accepted.
forgave.
Yeah, and I think this is very, very important. I think it's a very, very important topic in today's society.
Yeah.
In the sense of, you are not an adult if you cannot apologize. You can tell me anything.
You will hear some people, they will tell you, sorry is too heavy for me. I can't say sorry.
Sorry.
Like, sorry for what?
Discard. Those kind of people. Discard. Because, see, one thing I used to say, first of all, I would say, as I said earlier, one of the major signs that you are an adult is your ability to say sorry, to self-reflect and to say sorry. Now, this is my big question. For someone that cannot say sorry, this is what I used to believe. If you cannot say sorry, I also take it like you cannot also say the truth. Because to say sorry means you have to confront the truth. I know that I made a
mistake here.
So how can I trust you when you cannot say sorry to tell me the truth?
What you just said now is just taking me back to memory lane, where you
We're going
where
spiritual now.
your parents would actually offend you.
Yeah.
But they will not tell you sorry. They'll go and buy you gifts. They'll tell you, take extra meat in
Sorry,
the pot.
everybody is a victim of that. And that's manipulation.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to use non-verbal signs to apologize.
Yes.
Say, I am sorry. Not just I am sorry. Mean it from your heart.
Yeah.
I am sorry. And for example, I think the whole essence for that, we are all Christians.
Yeah.
the whole foundation of Christianity rests on I am sorry.
Yeah, forgiveness.
Your salvation experience is
Forgiveness.
Yes.
And I tell you how important this is, as you just said it, most especially in the parental context. Saying sorry to your kids or to your children, it does a lot for you. Number one, it reduces your burden of that heaviness of I hurt this person, and you still keep on, you keep it in your mind. And another thing is you are teaching them how to say sorry to other people when they offend.
And again, aside you teaching them how to say sorry, you are still actually grooming that child, because if a child is from a home where the father or the mother offends them and do not apologize and end up buying gifts, they'll go outside to the world and somebody will do this thing to them and they will accept it.
Yeah.
Because they are used to it.
Might use that same medium of giving people gifts.
Giving
people what they want. Instead of saying sorry. And it's not acceptable. Yeah, that's true. It's not acceptable.
You
say sorry. Say sorry. And funny thing is, there's something I believe one of these days we'll talk about. One of these days on this podcast. That day will cause wahala. Or I go talk calm. In terms of, there is a psychological term, I'll just brief it quickly. Called the eternal boy and the eternal girl. It's from Carl Jung. I don't know if you know.
Carl Jung.
That a lot of people are matured physically. They are matured in every aspect, even financially, but psychologically, they are still babies. And it's happening a lot. One day, I say, when we talk that day, everywhere go born. A lot of people are still kids. And one of the way you know a kid is when they cannot apologize or when they cannot see the faults
in themselves.
For example, now as a believer, you go to this is how I do it, and I believe this is how people should do it. You go to a church or you go for service, and they start saying, today we're talking about liars. One way to know if you are self-aware, when they start talking about liars, if you start saying, that woman in my house, na liar. You are not self-aware.
You are not self-aware. You are projecting it outside.
It should be to you. Am I a liar? Most people don't have Carl Jung calls the shadow. In terms of, most people cannot sit there in front of the mirror and look at themselves. And check. You are not as good as you think you are.
Yes.
If you think you are a good person, check it where you're not good. Jesus even said it. They said, thou good master. Jesus said, nobody is good, only God. So who do you think you are? You're not good as you think you are. Check yourself.
No, Shegun, you just...
I'm going spiritual.
You guys, the
anointing is flowing.
It's flowing. You guys you're just eating it on the air. And I'm very glad about that. So let's just move into the last part of the movie and what happened in the movie. I don't think we want to talk about that. If you want to know what happened in the last part of the movie, you try and see it yourself. So it's very nice having you guys here speaking about all of this originality, flexibility, forgiveness, deep characters that we...
and I think I also, sorry, I wanted to say something. I skipped. I think I have to pity Nicole because no matter how we say Nicole is a mean lady, she was also a victim of many manipulations.
First of all, thank you for bringing that up.
The
mother of
the boy. And mother of Bisola. Mother of Bisola was saying that, who helped you when the vultures came? That's manipulation, madam. You help her. Which come you say you can't use that help?
You want to get something back.
These are manipulations going on. And I think we cannot be naive in today's world. Try to identify manipulation. So nobody will, because they help you does not mean that now you say, who helped you when you were in need? You help me. Don't now use that. So that's what I'll say.
So that's very nice. And they're just giving praises back to the movie itself. At budget, I feel like it's a very fantastic movie. I like the way, most especially for me, character that stood out for me was Brad. He started from a person who is just straight to work, press his phone, speak to his mom. Then he started going into a relationship with Nicole, found Bisola. And from Bisola, you can see the change in personality. He started cooking. That shows love. He started singing. He started dancing. Like, joy. That was for them to have thought about that. Kudos to the people that made the movie.
That's amazing.
Nice and very good movie. This is not to spoil the movie for you. This is just like a pointer. Go and see the movie. It's on YouTube at budget. So thank you very much, Shego, for joining us.
Pleasure to be here.
The Convo movie review brought to you by Faith Africa and to our beautiful lady with a beautiful perspective. Amaka, thank you very much for joining us here today. One last word for our followers.
Go and watch the movie.
Yeah, go and watch the movie.
Watch the movie.
Yeah. And so another thing I would like to like speak to you guys is we found out a whole lot of people are watching this movie and we are very grateful. Our movie review and we're very grateful for that. But we found out just a few, not even up to 10% of people watching this movie are subscribed. Your subscription, you don't know how big this is for this channel. It pushes us to be able to do more. This is what keeps us going. So if you have not subscribed, if you are watching this for the first time, one click and you will get more of content like this. And we can give you an assurance. We'll give you quality. We'll give you in-depth. We'll give you educative content. So thank you guys for sticking to Faith Africa Studio, the Convo podcast, the movie review. See you another time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.